Hey everybody, it's Chris, MTGO's Rec Start, and we're back with some videos with the blue-black Tezzeret deck. And let's see, this hand, I'm on the play, so let's see, I do have Force back up here. I have a Chalice in hand. It's not super explosive because there's no Sol land, not really a threat other than the Thopter Foundries. But I think I'll give it a keep and see what happens here. You can molt pretty aggressively with this deck, but you get kind of diminishing returns from that past about a molded. Well, let's give it a shot. If I was on the draw, there's no way I would keep this because I would say the Chalice would be pretty dead. So I'm going to lead on an Underground Sea and ship the turn. And a Nimble Mongoose. So I'm not going to fight over this here because I definitely want my Chalice on one to resolve. And I'm going to just hope that I can draw into an answer to the Nimble Mongoose at some point. Oh, there's a City of Traders. So I think I'll play that so I can play around days when I run out my Chalice on one. Okay, so he's going to force it, forcing with Ponder, and I'm going to force back. And Chalice is good, and we pass the turn. Alright, well, about the worst thing to see here would be a Tarmogoyf, so let's hope that that's not coming. Alright, looks like no on the Tarmogoyf. So now I kind of need to draw into a threat, or perhaps a bridge to kind of sit behind. Baleful Strix looks nice there. So let's see, I guess I'll tap that for 2 just in case I need it. The colorless, but I have to play the other land. Okay, and nothing to use that 2 mana on. I consider trading this with the Mongoose here, or I could wait and potentially use it to hold off a Tarmogoyf. Nope, okay, he's going to just go to sideboard here. Alright, so against Rug Delver, what am I going to want here? I think probably the Notion Thief. Let's see. The Toxic Deluges might be good. What am I not going to want against them? I think keeping in the combo is fine there. The question is whether do I want to board out the forces against them. But I may want to keep that in to kind of force through some of my critical spells, but I may cut it back to 1. Or sorry, shave a force here. Let's see what else I might want. Spellskite, I think. Might want that. And maybe the Ratchet Bomb. Of course, if I'm bringing in that much stuff, like I said, Rug Delver was not particularly popular when I was playing this most recently. Really, I have a definite sideboard for Bug, but that generally involves taking the forces out, but I'm just not sure I want to do that against Rug. Well, yeah, maybe I do just want to take the forces out and bring in, so I could bring in the Ratchet Bomb. And then I could bring in the defense grid and just board the forces out. Let's see. Yeah, I think Ratchet Bomb is fine, although whether I would want Toxic Deluge maybe instead of one of these. And I think, yeah, I think I like where I'm at there. Toxic Deluge is certainly a consideration to bring in, but I think I like where I'm at there. Let's go ahead and submit. Yeah, for the bug decks, because they're playing the Abrupt Decay, maybe playing Shardless Agent, Ancestral Vision, stuff like that, I definitely bring out the forces there because they're going to attrition you to death. Okay. Well, this hand looks okay. I've got a Chalice. If it were to resolve, I would be afraid of running that right into. I'll go ahead and keep running that right into a Daze or a Spell Pierce, depending on what he leaves up here. And of course, I have to be wary of his wastelands as well. Like if he, let's say, drops a Delver or something here, and then I go for Ancient Tomb Chalice, he dazes it, and then he drops down a yeah, this is predicting this line here. He dazes and then wastelands my Ancient Tomb. That's a pretty nasty sequence there that leaves me very far behind. So I think possibly I just want to go ahead and fetch a basic here and see what he has the next turn. But that frees me up a little bit more. I'm definitely going to fetch it now. So I'm going to fetch a basic island and then ship the turn. Now that opens up a window here for him to possibly resolve some cantrips or something, unfortunately. But oh, and he flipped the Delver Natural off a Gitaxian Probe, so he's probably going to probe and see what I have coming here. Okay, he did in fact have Wasteland, so. Alright, he's going to swing in with the Delver. Okay, and then he's going to probe. So on my turn, I would probably, let's see if he leaves blue up, because if he leaves blue up, then I kind of have to worry about Spell Pierce, but I'm not going to be able to sit back here forever. I need to start throwing things down. I definitely don't want to give him any value out of his dazes, and we'll see. Because of this wasteland, I'm not sure I'll end up having the time. Yeah, he left up Spell Pierce here. So I could, if I Ruins and run out the Talisman, he can waste the Ruins. I could still, but again, that's playing into Daze or Spell Pierce. I can throw out the Tomb. He can still Spell Pierce whatever my play is and then waste it. But then I can run out the Talisman next turn. Again, I'm assuming if he had a Spell Pierce and a Daze here, he may just have a Brainstorm. So I think I could throw this out and then still have the Ancient Tomb for next turn. Let's see what he does here. Let's see if he dazes or Spell Pierces this. Okay, no, that was good, huh? Alright. So he may have brought in, I wonder if he brought in some artifact hate. what's the, we probably would have brought in, could have been Ancient Grudge. Okay, he's going to brainstorm here. The blue-red Delver would play, I think they had that, did they have Smash to Smithereens? They were playing back during the Treasure Cruise days. But Rug Delver, I would think you would just prefer to run. Okay, he's got another Delver. Okay, Andy is tapped out. Alright, so let's see. I can play the Ancient Tomb. He could Daze Tezzeret, and I wouldn't be able to protect it anyways. The alternate is I could play a Baleful Strix and try to run out a either the Chalice on 1 or the Defense Grid. Let's see. I think I definitely want to play the Strix. So let's see. I'll play the Tomb. Blue, black. Okay, he's going to force the Baleful Strix with a Ponder. Okay. So maybe I just want to run out the sword here and just try to get Thopter Sword online. If he counters it, I can probably still work around that. So I'll go ahead and play the sword. Okay. Alright, so he's going to have me down to 4 here. If he can find a Lightning Bolt, I'm certainly in trouble. Because I need to take a point off of that Talisman in order to cast the Thopter Foundry. And more damage potentially if I don't draw a land to get the chain going. Alright. Oh, he's got a Wasteland. So now I'm definitely in trouble if I do not draw a land. Unless I draw Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb would still be very good. Alright, so he has me at 4. Oh, and I drew blank there. So it looks like we are dead. I can cast a Demure Signet, but can't actually use it. And cast Thopter Foundry, but I don't have any mana left open, so we are forced to scoop. So we shall go to game 3. Alright, and I think I'm still okay with where I'm at on that. Need a good hand on the play here. So yeah, you should mulligan pretty aggressively because there are plenty of real busted hands with lock. You definitely want to have a lock piece and or a threat with some acceleration. There are enough good bonkers hands, even at like 5 cards, that you can be kind of greedy. Okay, let's see. So this hand has, I think this hand has some stuff going for it here. I can run out I can have I have Leyline, which would cut down on his mongooses and Tarmogoyfs, and I have an early 3-ball. I can run something into the Signet here. I think it's okay. I'll keep it. All right, so Leyline comes out. And City of Traders for a Signet. So yeah, he could waste the city here, but that's not a very good use of his first turn when he's on the draw. Okay, so he's going to ponder. All right, now I will be able to play the Trinisphere out around days, so he will have to force it if he has a force in hand. And what did he do with that? Ponder. Okay, he liked his cards. Okay, there's a Baleful Strix. Alright, so I can go for the 3-ball here. Let's see if I tap that. Yeah, that gives me 3 plus this one. I can also, see that would give me 3. Could play a Dimir Signet, use the 2 to play a Baleful Strix. That'd be another way to go. Let's see, if I just go for the 3-ball, he's almost certainly going to force it. But again, he can't actually daze it. So then 2 here. Filter. And then we'll go for the Trinisphere. Now I am, until I draw another land, locked under my own Trinisphere here because I can't cast another Signet, but I'm banking that my deck with a lot more mana sources would win through that anyways. Okay, so he forced it as expected. Okay, and then I think I will get a basic island here. Unless I think I need basic swamp for some reason. No, we'll get basic island. And pass the turn. Yeah, there was no way he could let that resolve, but if it did resolve, the fact that I'm needing to draw land to get out from under my own 3-ball is not as big a problem since he is playing the more land light deck by far. And one which thrives on casting multiple spells per turn. Okay, so he's going to brainstorm here. I think the Ensnaring Bridge should do some good work, assuming I can get that to resolve. Okay, so he's got Spell Pierce up. He's already burned 1 force. Vendilion Clicks, good card in this matchup for him. Attacks the Planeswalkers. Alright, so he brainstormed to that fetch land and then fetched away and gets a Delver here. Alright, and I pitched a Darkwater Catacomb, so play that. So see, I can make blue-black there, and then I'm at 3 mana, so I can make a Signet, activate it for the Strix. probably is the, yeah, that's the way to go there, I think. So we'll make blue black, and then the blue there. So blue black blue, and then the mirror signet. Black. Okay, Strix is good. And draw a talisman. Alright, so he should have been able to set up that Delver flip, didn't he? No, he shuffled and then cast the Delver, so no, he wasn't able to set it up. That's right, he shuffled after that Brainstorm. Okay, so he's at 3 lands now. Sulfuric Vortex. That is ugly. Well, that's going to put me on a clock. Makes hiding behind the Ensnaring Bridge a little less attractive. And of course, he can redirect the damage to my Planeswalkers. Also very good for him. So 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so I can play the Ensnaring Bridge around Daze here. So I may as well do that. Or I can play the... He didn't have Daze last time, and I was able to play the Talisman and the Bridge. So I'll probably do that. Let's see. 1, 2, Talisman. Because if he drew Daze, that he would have flipped it, obviously. So... Alright, and we will... I guess we'll pass the turn here. If he flips it, he's not going to be able to attack. So I could attack with the Strix, but I don't think I'm winning that race, but I may want to anyways. Now he's going to have bolts and stuff too, so I'm going to swing in here, because if he flips it, he can't attack. I'm not worried about his 1 damage turn. I'd like to get him down to something where if I did rip a Tezzeret, I could start beating in. But then I'm going to have to refill my hand here. Like right now, this race is theoretically even, but because he presumably has lightning bolts and such in his deck. So yeah, if he has a goose or something like that, he'd actually be kind of to his advantage here, so that it'd only be 1 power at present. Okay, Underground Sea. Okay. All right. So I've got, yeah, depending on if he's got any bolts, I've got maybe 6 turns to come up with an answer here. Yeah, that Sulfuric Vertex, that was a nice board in here. Okay, Chalice. All right. Okay, he's going to spell snare the chalice on 1. Alright. Spell snare, huh? I guess I have a fair number of 2s in here. Alright, so he goes to 9. I go to 9 and then take him to 8. Yeah, bolts is what I'm worried about, is going to change the math here, because there's none of his other creatures are going to matter. Okay, another chalice. We'll see if that one resolves. If he's got the bolts, he's got the mana to just fire them off at my face if that's what he wants to do. Okay, he's going to force that, exiling a Stifle. Alright. Yeah, see, he's playing like he really... Like, what is his 1-mana spell that is going to be so critical if it wasn't just bolt my face? But, I mean, he could bolt my face now. Alright, so I'm going to go to 7. Next turn, he's going to drop him to 4, and then 2 from the Vortex. Alright, Ratchet Bomb. Okay. Let's see if that one ends up resolving. I can't get it up to 3 in time to kill that Vortex, so that's not really going to matter. Alright, so he's going to go to 2. So he's dead on his next upkeep. I'm going to go to 5, so if he's got 2 bolts, okay, I guess that was not good enough for him. So, all right, so won the race there, thanks to some good manipulation of the ensnaring bridge, and join me for some more match play in a moment.